Hello, welcome back to the James Rambling Reviews for yet another episode. And in today's episode, I'm actually going to be reviewing something that I didn't actually do a community tab post of. I just kind of wanted to get into this. It's something a bit unexpected because today I'm going to be reviewing The Instigators, which is a recent kind of like streaming movie. It came out on Apple TV Plus. It stars Matt Damon and also Ben Affleck's brother, and I'll get into how I feel about the plot, what I'd give it out of 10, stuff like that. Would I recommend it as a streaming movie, a straight to streaming movie, stuff like that, all that kind of good stuff. So before we get into this movie, I am going to give you a bit of context. So being that this relates to Matt Damon and kind of Ben Affleck's brother, I did actually remember watching this movie where Ben Affleck directed a movie called Air, and Matt Damon was one of the stars in it. And I remember really enjoying that movie. And so it's interesting knowing how this movie is The Instigators has Matt Damon and somebody related in the Affleck family doing a movie. So that's my context. Like I remember really enjoying Air, and this is completely different to that. This is Instigators, and for me, Instigators, I was like, you know what? I don't know what I was kind of expecting with this because it just came straight to Apple TV Plus, and so I'll give you my like kind of idea about the plot. So I won't be spoiling anything in this movie. I'll just keep it as simple and straightforward as possible so that I don't spoil everything. So pretty much what The Instigators is about, it's kind of like Matt Damon and Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's brother. It's meant to be this heist movie. It's an hour and 40 minutes long, and you kind of get to see that where you get to see Matt Damon and him. They're doing the heist stuff. So that's what I would say about this movie. It's that. It's the Apple TV Plus exclusive. It's Matt Damon in this movie. It's Casey Affleck in this movie. But in my opinion, right, when it comes to The Instigators, I have to say that I think it's an interesting one because I'm not gonna say it's anything like Air. It's completely different to that. I've even heard people say, "Oh, they're surprised by this. It's just straight to streaming," but they had tons of fun with it. And I would say that for the first, I want to say half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that, I did actually enjoy this movie. And the reason why I say that is because it starts off as this fun premise about them robbing this stuff and robbing getting money and stuff like that. And it's kind of a fun movie. And there's this one character that just had me cracking up non-stop. Like, I think he was actually funnier than Matt Damon and Ben Affleck's brother combined. And Jack Harlow, right? I was not expecting this, and I'm not going to spoil his position in this movie. You don't know who, if you don't know who Jack Harlow is, right? He's meant to be this like he's one of these newer rappers in the industry of music, stuff like that, and he makes this music. And I wasn't expecting him to be in this movie, but he plays like this fun, I guess, kind of side character in this movie where he says a bunch of these funny one-liners about, "Oh, you're gonna rob the bank? Are you really gonna do it? Or are you just saying this for the sake of it?" And there's all that kind of fun stuff in there. And so I would say that that's the best part about it. Now, for me personally, I didn't really enjoy the whole movie. Like, it wasn't perfect, and it's not the worst movie of 2024. But as I kept watching this movie, I could definitely feel that this definitely feels like a generic, straight to streaming, cliche bag of tricks where you can just feel the plot unveiling itself. You can see where it comes next, how it's going to end, and it's like, yeah, there's like a few cool action bits where there's stuff exploding, they're driving away from the cops, and it's like some GTA thing where they're driving away from the cops, and it's cool and fun to watch, and there's definitely that about it. And Casey Affleck, I mean, there is a couple moments. I think there was a few moments where I found the movie to be fun with Casey Affleck and Ben Affleck, but I mean Matt Damon. Obviously, you had Casey Affleck and Matt Damon in this movie, but I don't think Matt Damon has like some amazing performance in this movie. Like, I think it's fine for what it is, and if you're wanting to watch something that's just kinda fun, but it's not the most perfect thing ever, I would definitely recommend this movie. It's not worse than some other movies I've seen this year. So out of 10, I would give this movie, it's like a 6 out of 10. It's not a movie that's going to change your mind about heist movies, or and change your perspective on cinema. Like, it does get the job done. It's a fun watch, and there is a kind of a point where the movie kind of drags on a little bit, and I would say that's like later on in the movie, I would say, and it just feels like, yeah, we kind of get the concept. You're kind of just dragging this out so there's enough streaming minutes to have it on Apple TV and stuff like that. So that is my review of the Instigators. You probably weren't expecting this, but I was just kind of bored. I didn't really know what I was going to be reviewing this week, and I just remembered like a few days ago I watched the Instigators and I kind of have an opinion on it. And so that is my review of the Instigators. Hope you enjoyed this review and you stay tuned for more like it. I plan to maybe review a few more things because I am enjoying doing this, and this is a different kind of review. So yeah, let me know what you thought about the Instigators down below. Did you enjoy this movie? Did you hate this movie? Did you think it was kind of average like me? Like, I didn't think it was the worst thing ever, but it wasn't like the best thing. It was like, yeah, it was kind of there and kind of fun. So that's it. Yeah, bye 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 bye.